All right. You go out the front door. Oh, I forgot. My
Roll for
apologies.
initiative.
I've been waiting the entire game to do this.
No.
As you pass by the last set of alcoves right here, heading out, a double magic mouth appears on either side and said, "Who dares enter this place to intrude upon the sanctuary of its inhabitants?" And before you can
We do.
answer, the other mouth says, "Only a group of foolhardy explorers doomed to a certain death." And then both in unison, "Woe to any who pass this place, the wrath of Ziggy Zaggy and Rogaine will be upon them." Ah ha ha ha! And they laugh and fade away. And yes, I changed the names to protect the innocent.
And as we walk past, we go, yeah, y'all can fuck right off.
Curse them out in undercommon as we walk out.
That literally was the first thing you were supposed to, encounter, and you bypassed it to the end. Love it. Because you
Typical
rolled
for
for
our
secret
group.
doors and got an 18 or something at the very fucking beginning.
You're like, no, let's just go check this.
We destroyed poor DM's map.
Yeah, I know.
Literally took a dump right in the middle of it.
Just shitting right between them.
Well, we did
Oh,
find the only maybe privy in the entire place at 19.
Oh,
all right. Boom. You travel the distance. You get to the place. You've seen a few things. And you come upon the clearing like this. You have the young lady in tow. There she is.
I'm going to give her one of my spare spears.
She is a wee lass, and she takes it reluctantly, but she will take it.
I mean, I'm
Just
not
to protect-
expecting her to
just to
fight.
protect herself.
I do expect, but if she needs something to stab something with, there you go.
Stabby.
All right. It is later in the evening, so it's twilight, almost dark when you arrive here. This area appears to be deserted, and the goblin boss assures you that this is the meeting place. However, there may not be anybody here because they just meet here and then they leave.
When did
I
you meet here?
ask him when's the next meeting supposed to take place.
Um, he says they had the last meeting. It's supposed to come on Fridays, but because they missed their last Friday, uh, they 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 may not come back for more.
I tell him you better hope that they do.
It's Friday's a week away. It was yesterday.
So what's this over here to the left? It looks like a structure.
Yeah, there's a collapsed tower. It appears.
Okay, how
Yeah,
tall are
it's
the
just like
walls?
The walls are about 10 feet tall.
Suitable
I
for
missed all
an
that. I cut out.
suitable for an encampment.
I'm going to
Uh,
look for tracks,
Francis
mostly humanoid tracks.
Francis asked the goblin chief, "Is this where you meet? Is that where you keep the prisoners in that thing there?" And he says, "Yes, that's where we keep the prisoners."
Well, I guess we need to go check that out.
All right.
How do they escort the prisoners from here? Cart, walk?
Uh, he says that the man who comes and gets them takes them away by cart,
Okay.
by wagon, caged wagons.
Can I find wagon tracks anywhere?
You can. Wagon tracks head in that direction along the path.
This
Okay.
path right up here.
Yes. And they're at least a day old.
All right. Do we see anything inside the tower here?
You see cages that are empty and an old fire pit right here. You see some broken up, they're no longer used. They're too dilapidated to hold anybody.
Hmm. All right.
Question: Do we go in here and make a camp to light the fire and maybe draw them and let them know that's a signal and pick up?
Francis reminds you that you have to report back what you found and let the folks back in Vashnil know so that maybe they can mount a force to
Well,
pursue
and
these guys.
another thing is we do have a former prisoner that would probably like to go home.
Okay.
We do that. All right. So
And
At this point,
Goblin can fate the town's justice.
the orcs say that this is the furthest they've been away from that stronghold for the last 6 to 8 years, and apparently you cured them of the curse that kept pulling them back, and they beg your leave and they wander off into the woods and head towards their encampments.
I
we tell them
wish them safe travels.
yes.
They wish you
Well
safe
met, good
travels as
orcs.
well. Father Scab, you hear yelling from the woods, "You are always welcome in our camp."
Well, as the goddess says, don't judge the cover of a book by the way it looks.
I think you got some words mixed in there.
Well, so I guess
Especially
we
my-
need
my
to.
own
translate.
scriptures.
I guess we need to transport the young lady back to Vashnil.
All right.
Okay. I will definitely make a note of this location so we can report where the meeting point is. So hopefully an ambush could be here on Friday.
Right. Okay. Are you going to camp now, or are you going to walk in the dark? Or not necessarily
the
camp
dark
now, but
doesn't bother the dark doesn't bother me, and we got a nice cage for our goblin friend.
Yeah, but are they cages on wheels?
these cages are not on wheels. These cages, in particular, are just on the ground. The cages they appear to carry people off are tracks that run away, down the
They
rail.
have a caged wagon. It's not like
So are you suggesting that we camp here for the night, or are you wanting to continue in the dark back to Vashnil?
I mean, Carquin says the dark doesn't really bother him, but
Well, dark doesn't bother me either. So
yeah.
We can head back.
Okay.
Francis
Uh,
pulls out his lantern and fills it full of oil and says he'll carry the lantern for now and give a Fuego a break.
Sweet.
Seems how you've
Fuego
burnt through all
throws
your
his
torches.
torch out. Yeah. I throw the torch out and I
What-
pick up my two-hander.
By the way, how far of a distance is it to town?
It's a day and a half travel.
So, yeah, before we take off, it's the end of the day, and do you want to start at first light or travel half a day now and then try to do a full day the next after a long rest?
I'm open either way. I don't really care.
Nah, we just start heading back.
You will have to
Okay.
camp on the way back at some point.
That's
Well,
fine.
yeah.
All right, how long do you want to travel at night?
Half the night, I guess, maybe, and then
Yeah,
rest.
you can travel half the night.
Till midnight?
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right, give me just a few minutes. All right. Carquin is out ahead scouting a little bit, and he notices that there is a set of beady eyes peeking out from bushes. And he comes back and informs the rest of you that there appears to be an ambush ahead of some monsters. What do y'all see?
Green.
A big open field.
Okay, good. Good enough. Close enough. I'm not working hard now. I'm lazy.
I don't see us, but
Don't worry about it. Don't need you. We're gonna use your imagination.
Okay, so where are we at in this field?
Well, hang on. Yeah, we'll just do that. All right, pay no attention to nothing.
No attention to nothing.
You see nothing. Damn it.
Okay, so Carquin saw some beady eyes.
Yeah, here we go. All right.
Saul's beady eyes watching us, so I'm pretty sure an ambush most likely up ahead.
Yes. That's the side you guys are
Okay.
coming in on.
What direction were we heading?
You were heading in this direction,
Okay.
and the ambush, oops, will be behind these bushes here. So they don't see you yet. You guys can make changes and maneuvers.
All right. So Carquin has perceived their beady little eyes.
That is correct.
So not enough to tell you what they are.
But let's do this. Let's have three of us break off, and with Carquin being one of them, leading us to a flanking maneuver.
Okay, are you going to break up night vision and standard vision? Since
We
how
need to leave
Francis
at least
is
one
carrying
person
the
with.
the lantern.
Okay.
I can't see anything in the dark.
So
But-
one of us.
So you want Father Scab and Francis to march forward like nothing's happened?
Yeah, but tell them to slow down their pace, and I guess me and Carquin, and I guess the female's going to stay with the young lady's going to stay with Father Scab and
Right.
Francis.
And we also have the Goblin Chief or the Goblin Boss.
All right. Well, the Goblin Boss can remain with the Father Scab and Francis.
Roll stealth with advantage.
Nat 20!
Oh, they got it. They got a big roll.
Should be just 3 of you. All right.
Yep.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. You guys successfully yourself where you would like. Oh, we've rested up in the inn, and today is the day that you're going to go see Bosco Coltrane. Bosco Coltrane requested that you join him at the Bold Adventure League House, located in the Artisan and Tradesmen's Guild area of Vashnil. He says to you, you'll need a password, but you'll know it. So as you approach, you notice the building has a simple yet interesting design facade. It has exposed wood beams that frame painted scenes of adventurers' exploits. Kind of like, the old German houses with the white, and they would paint scenes in the middle of the white between the
Yeah.
beams. And so there's several scenes of adventurers' exploits on the outside. And I'm going to drag you guys to that general area. All right. I've actually already got you inside the room, but that's just for the sake of argument. Did you want to look at any of the pictures before you go in? There appears to be a
I would.
freshly painted square.
Sure.
there's a freshly painted area that you notice. It appears that there's some adventurers fighting kobolds in a field with sheep onlooking. There's a dragonborn paladin who appears to be gazing in the direction of the sheep. So,
Well,
anyways, that was just me being mean to Grangle.
it's the password.
The one and only roll I need from everybody is perception, except for Gimbal.
Perception, huh?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Right, in typical fashion, y'all don't see.
Of course.
shit.
Oh, is that a 17 or a 3?
All right, that's a 20. For Father Scab happens to notice a man dressed in rags and threadbare clothing, kind of like a bum. He's just kind of wandering around the front of this door. Off to the side, he looks like a beggar, but Father Scab is astute enough to realize that he is a unmarked guard for the door. And as you guys walk up, you can kind of see that he eyes you a little bit, but he doesn't do anything. He just walks around. That guy right there, you see him?
Can't see shit.
Green.
What is it? Black? Mother.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Why
Well,
can
fuck you too.
Why can you see it? Nobody else can.
I don't see shit.
That's why. Is that better? Fuego?
Hey, look.
If you mean it's
No.
the darker black, then no.
Fuck you. I didn't say you Grangle.
Okay, now I can see something.
Well, quit your bitching then.
Still black. Oh, a room.
A room.
Yeah, I got you guys in the room, but you're not there yet.
Okay, I guess the dude down here at the bottom, that's the guard.
Yeah, hang on a second here. Get Gimbal so he can see and he's not left in the dark. But this guy here. That's the guy you're seeing that's hiding out in the front.
He's sliding back and forth.
So in here, you're only seeing the lit room, right? The lit part. Everything else is black.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I was testing the dynamic lighting, so I want to make sure it worked. All right. As you knock upon the door, after a few moments, a small Judas hole opens with a man.
We lost Jimmy.
You say a glory hole?
Judas hole. You guys, I swear that Tim just wants to see what I edit into these things. I'm going to edit a glory hole in there. I'll have to find one. The queen is laughing. Are you back, Jimmy?
Jimmy.
That's all right.
Hey, my bad.
No worries.
Don't worry.
You missed the glory hole.
Oh, God.
Quiet down.
My daughter's
I'll
crying.
mute you.
I'm going to give her time real quick.
Oh, yeah, no worries. A small Judas hole opens, and a man with a jutting chin and an eye patch with a scar running from his chin across the eye patch looks you up and down, and after a brief moment he says, "Well, what is it, Dan?"
Okay.
Open up, bitch.
Oh, bugger off, you bums. What do you want? What is it you want?
We've been asked to come here to see what was his name?
Not building a lot of confidence in this guy.
Costco roll train.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're supposed to know the password.
Okay. He says,
Is it man? No.
Are ye now? Well, answer this. Tease.
Nuts.
All right, lads, come on in. So,
Jeez.
as you come in, let me make some adjustments. you see and this is his temporary picture. You see a picture of a smallish gnome in wizarding clothes, and this young lady here is saying, "All right, what you need to do is you just need to go through that door right there, and he'll be with you in a moment."
Which door? What? Where?
No, this is not me. She wasn't talking to you. She was talking to the gnome. Mind your own damn business, you nosy ass
Hey, I
dragonborn.
speak Gnomish.
She wasn't
Suck
talking
a
to him
dick.
in gnomish. Talking to him in common. She wasn't talking. Man, I'm killing you as soon as I get a chance. Got me all distracted. Shit. Hang on one second. I've got problems.
That's what she said.
I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
And so he goes in there and disappears into that room. But for the sake of him seeing what's going on, I'm going to leave him at the doorway. All right. So as you step up there, the lady turns and says to, oh, where is he? There he is. Hello. The guy with the eye patch says, "All right, Archibald, who do we have here?" Miss Lucy. Ah, Miss Lucille, these lads are here to see um,
Mr. Roll Train.
Bosco Roll Train. Costco Roll Train, sorry. Costco Roll Train. Oh, I'll take care of him, sweetie. You just go ahead and get some refreshments to that room, okay? And so he heads on off in a slow little limp gait that he has, and he looks like he was a warrior once upon a time that had a bad go of it.
I used to be a warrior like you. Then I took an arrow to the knee.
So she says, "My name's Lucille. I'm here as a secretary. We just need to get some information from you, and then you can go right in." So let me see here. Let me look at my list. I need a Father Scab. Oh, which one of you is? I bet you're Father Scab. Such a
Got a little
handsome
too good at
man.
this.
Oh, I love your tattoos. So, uh, so you are a cleric, and I'm just assuming your whole party is in the same group. You're looking for a lost companion, is that right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes,
Okay, great,
that is
great.
correct.
All right. So
I.
you're Father Scab. Welcome, Father Scab. Uh, Grangle, I think you're Grangle as you are the Dragonborn.
Correct.
You are a handsome Dragonborn, I must say.
Many thanks to you, ma'am.
And you're welcome. Oop, don't get underneath the Father Scab. Don't start that shit. Okay. Uh, Fuego, you're a stout fighter. I could recognize you anywhere. You're welcome. And
Hey, thank you.
and you must be Francis, as I can tell you're in what it appears to be simple clothing. You must be the master thief. I am less. And then you, sir, you're a strange sight. You're not quite drow. You must be Carquin.
Ah, that indeed, ma'am.
Well, welcome all. Uh, and I'm here to just make sure that you're all checked off and signed in. When you come here, you'll be escorted in. You just need to know the password, and they'll welcome you in at any time. It does change periodically, and hopefully you'll get that information before you come. But please, just follow the gnome into the room.
Very well, ma'am.
And away we go.
Who's missing? Oh,
I'm still
Fuego.
here.
Fuego left in the dark.
Nope.
I don't have
I
everybody
can't
with the
see.
light source and stuff, but all right. And as you sit there, Archibald comes in and hands out tankards of ale or tea if anybody prefers tea. He has both.
I'll take
Hell for
both.
me.
So everybody takes what they like, and our gnome sits here. And in walks Costco Roll Train. and he says, "Welcome, gentlemen, welcome. Glad to have y'all here. Uh, sorry to delay, but I'd like to welcome you to the I gotta look it up because I'm a dumbass. The Bold Adventurer League house. On the street, it's known as the Bold Adventure League house, but the full name is Bold Adventure League Society of Anti-Slavery Companions.
Good name.
Indeed.
So we interrogated the goblin boss that you brought, and he gave us quite a bit of information. But it's going to be some time before we can follow up on it and pursue it, as we've run into a little bit of trouble finding some of our other groups that went out. Once we gather all them up, we'll be able to build a plan on pursuing your friend.
Okay.
We're unsure which way they're taking all the people they're capturing, but it does appear to be a slavery ring based on things we've gleaned from outside, from other sources. So once I identify,
What the hell's going on?
Jimmy's casting spells apparently.
I'm trying to type a spell. I'm sorry. I was trying to type it into. On that. Is it popping up on that other screen?
It's popping up in
Oh
chat.
yeah.
Oh my bad. I have my character sheet popped up as my main screen. So I was
Yeah,
trying to
no,
add
it's
my
okay.
My bad.
It's all good. And so
I don't know.
once we discover what's going on, we'll get that figured out. What I recommend you guys do is go about the town, prepare yourselves, and ready yourselves for whatever ventures wait. We'll get in contact with you when we can. For right now, at the end of the table, my friends, I think you probably notice a gnome who is a wizard. He came to us last night after uh, leaving his home out in the Tumble Hills, was it? Fuck.
I
Would
can't.
not.
I'm not even gonna lie. Can't even find that back. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Tumble Hill.
Yeah, from Tumble Hills. I'll allow him to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Gimbal. Gimbal's up.
Well met, good sir.
Hey, well met, Gimbal.
Gimbal, my name's Francis. Where are you from?
I am from Tumble Hills.
Hi, isn't that where the other gnomes that we freed? Isn't that where they're from?
Yes. That's part of my plan.
Is it a cunning plan?
Oh, no.
Or are they cunning linguists?
So, um, so yeah, great. So Costco says to you guys, hey, just enjoy yourselves, have a nice meal, and chit chat, work things out. Gimbal has offered to adventure with you to help you find a fellow. They heard that it was a fellow wizard you were looking for, so he's very interested in supporting your efforts in that effort. You guys have all worked on your backstories of what you're going to do to level up.
Yep.
Good, good, good.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Gonna wing
that's a
it like
no.
everything else. I
Pretty
worked on
much-
some of it.
Pretty much
Well-
what I do.
My character learning is just basically going in the woods and like,
Hey, brother.
Hey, I think I understand this
Sus.
better.
Yeah.
Okay, we're hearing him. Awesome.
Okay.
We don't get up.
All right,
Those
I
ain't
muted him for a
those ain't
minute.
stupid.
I muted him for a minute.
I love this.
That's us. That's what we do. Welcome, Jimmy. I'll be right back, but I won't leave. Oh God, it's a 2 beer night. I can tell already. And we're not even doing any adventuring.
I know, right?
Well, not right at the beginning.
I'm having issues adding the spell. Like it'll let me add the row, but it won't let me put the spell in.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Well, it's a pain in the butt just for me to change my spells, which my spells list is supposed to be the most one of the two that's so easy to just switch out.
What spell is it?
I'm just trying to add, but it's not letting me type it in there.
Oh, so go to your 5e player's handbook and just copy it and paste it in.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because my book I got next.
Okay. Well, tell me what the spell is.
Oh, it's so far sleep. I'm adding sleep.
Sleep. That's a second level, right?
Sleep is the first level.
Oh. All right. No.
You bet you got the hard book.
Yeah.
Oh God. Delete. Hmm. Oh, I see why. Okay. Take that off of there. So let me. Okay. So where it's at. Yeah. Okay.
I can't
So you
hear
got the
over
blank.
him.
Okay, you got the blank
I think-
space. Oh, I muted him on my end. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys have been hearing it. All right.
No,
There.
well,
No,
I
thought you were
muted
trying
him
to do the
also.
You can
I mean-
unmute him. I moved him out. So
I mean, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
nosy
Perfect.
I was just being
bastards.
quiet. I was just being quiet.
So
You talking to the background. I just hear what you're saying.
yeah, so he basically took his laid his headset down and just sat there on the phone is what he's doing. So on your right under magic missile, if you just hover over the line, it'll give you two little icons to the right. If you click on the one that looks like a talk bubble, whoops, or no,
The gear.
no, oh yeah, what in the hell? There we go. And you click it, it'll open up a block under it, and then you click the cog, it'll say name. You can type in that area.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Trying
Yeah,
to do
don't
something
worry.
like that.
We're all learning at the same time. Well, we're not really learning anything because we're dumbasses, but that's besides the point.
Know all the
Well, just be glad we're all actually using the character sheets. I've done it where we had to build all the macros.
Well, you can do it the hard way.
Yeah, right.
Well, no one was willing to buy the Pathfinder book for 4D20, so
From what I understand, Pathfinder is pain incarnate in complications, and it's just a lot of
It's-
people don't like it because it's too complicated.
well, it's only complicated if you make it complicated.
Well, that's like us, you know. We rolled perception to find secret doors
Right.
forever, and it was fucking wrong. But close enough. But, so Father Scab's gonna bow out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing the next time. That was too much. That was stressful.
Just,
Yeah.
but just to let you know, I mean, going up to level 3, I gained 2 second-level spell slots, which gave me a total of 7 spells that I could cast.
Okay.
And so, like, I've got access now to all my cantrips.
Nice.
And I picked up the spells. Well, since clerics have access to all the spells of a level they can cast, it's just a matter of choosing the ones you want to prepare.
Right.
So the ones that I chose were silence and continual flame. So we should never have a problem with running out of torches.
Yay!
I can cast a magical heatless flame onto any object.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
And then as a domain spell, which comes outside of my normal spell slots, I get spiritual weapon, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, spiritual.
Outstanding.
He's back. All right, if you muted him, unmute him.
Sorry about that, guys. I forgot. I should have muted myself.
Yeah, it was typical. We expect it.
Yeah.
Not just you.
I
It's,
didn't hear anything
it's the
from
shit
you,
we
so-
do to each other. So
Yeah, it's typical dumbassness.
yeah, well, I wouldn't expect anything less.
I'm glad I didn't disappoint.
So, anyways, Costco was. Yep. So,
Yeah, I'm sorry. One other thing was my healing ability has increased tremendously. So you guys are going to miss out on that for a little while.
Well. My healing got better if I used it as a second level spell.
so we got everybody here. So Costco asked if it's okay if the gnome joins you.
Hey,
Certainly.
All right. So
Joins
he
us
says
for what?
to participate in the anti-slavery companions.
Wow. Yes,
for now.
I guess it's okay with me.
All right.
I mean, yeah, anything to.
Cool.
I'm down. I'm down with it.
Awesome. So you guys enjoy your night, and we'll get in contact with you as soon as we have more information.
Cool.
Are we still tonight? Are we still kind of telling everybody about how we got to where we are at this point?
So at this point, what we're gonna do, you guys are gonna enjoy a meal. You're gonna do whatever, and then you're gonna go back to the.
Better, I guess.
You're gonna go back to the inn, and then what we'll do is from there, you guys just describe how you leveled up, and once we get that done, we'll come back here for a brief second, and then we'll let lay in the hook for you guys to decide how we're going to go forward.
All right, but while we're all here, a toast to Charity Yeet.
Here to Charity Yeet.
Hey,
Charity Yeet, Spider Slayer.
Oh,
Chair to yeet. I
good
hardly
old
knew
Charity
him.
He wasn't a very talkative fella.
He was
No,
not.
but he saved our arse.
He took care of that spider rightly enough.
Francis is like, what spider? Gimbal, apparently, the rest of the group tells you that Francis got liquored up from actually quite quality wine the night before and grabbed Chair to Yeet and threw him at a spider and killed it, a giant spider, and killed him with it.
Oh, that's
So-
the way to go.
Yeah, Chair to Yeet was a Father Scab invention. He's they had a pile of gold, and nobody trusts me for reasons I don't know why. And so they didn't want to poke it, or they didn't want to get too close to it. So he's like, "Hey, are these chairs movable?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, no, it sounds funny, but I just want to take the chair and yeet it down the hallway at the pile of gold." And that's when Chair to Yeet was born. They proceeded, I kid you not, they proceeded, 5 characters proceeded to roll below 10 on the attack.
Yeah, that was fun.
They're not just cheat and just drop it on the pile of gold.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's an illusion.
Surprise! So, okay. So who would like to go first when you gather back to the Golden Goose Inn and you're all around the table here to talk about how you leveled up and hang on there. Gimbal, I'll get you in there.
Well, I'll go first because mine's the easiest, and then I can just bow out from here.
Okay.
Okay.
So, because of the way my clerical order does business, every so often, when I feel the calling from the goddess, I have to go back to the monastery and spend some time in dedicated meditation and deep introspection, and do a little penance for any sins that I may have inadvertently committed while on the adventure, and also to bring my tithe to the church and give them their 10%. So while I do all of that, I will try to keep up with where you guys are at and meet you at the appropriate place and time in the future. So it's going to take me a little longer to level up than some of you guys will. And that's my story.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
You're here.
Scab, we shall miss you, sir.
Indeed.
Hail to Father Scab. Rounds are on Grangle.
Hey.
Wait,
Woohoo!
what?
That's fine. I'll buy a round.
It's all right, lad. I already got a round coming.
Well, in our time of rest and reflection, I weighed the various oaths that I could take as a paladin and settled upon the oath of the ancients. This in my prayer, my supplication, and taking this oath, I gained the ability to become immune to disease based on my on leveling up, and I gained 2 by channeling the divinity of after taking my divinity after taking Oath of the Ancients. I am now able to wield a power called Nature's Wrath, and I can use my divinity to invoke primeval forces to ensnare a foe. And as an action, I can cause spectral vines to spring up and reach for a creature within 10 feet of me. I have to be able to see it. And I also gained the ability to turn the faithless, which allows me to utter ancient words that are painful for Fey and fiends to hear. I present my holy symbol that I carry with me at all times to a Fey or fiend that's within 30 feet of me, and that they do not make a saving throw, then they're turned for 1 minute or until they take damage. And I also gained the ability to cast some more spells. I actually have 4 spells, and by channeling my divinity, I do not use a spell slot. But I still have the bless spell, thunderous smite, searing smite, and of course I'm still carrying with me thunder wave. It's,
Yes.
that Carquin and I used to tremendous success at the end of our last adventure.
That was so
So-
hilarious.
And I would like to also say that in my prayers and supplications and my oath of divinity, I have been healed of my desire for sheep. I do, however, still have an insatiable desire for carnal pleasures, but I want those with of the more humanoid type.
Praise be.
Praise
Oh.
be to the goddess. Who would like to
I mean,
go
if you
more
want to try
friends with
converting with my
Benedict.
sisters, you can, but
What about your sister?
I mean, she is a follower of Loth, so if you want to convert her, go for it.
How big a gal is she?
Yes. How big a girl is she?
She's only 140, so she's still pretty in her fighting years.
No, I forgot. I remember the name Loth. Who is Loth?
Yeah, I think she's like a spider goddess or something.
She
like
is the
that.
she is the chaotic evil spider goddess of the dark elves.
Okay. Well, so you basically need me to bang your sister and turn her away from Loth. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah. Go for it.
Slinger the big blue dragonborn penis.
Hey, whatever works. And if it doesn't work, you'll be gutted and flayed. So I mean,
Nah, well, there's risk with everything. That risk comes with any woman.
I was about to say not much difference than many other women that are around here.
Yeah, hey. Oh boy. All right. Who's next?
I can go next, I guess. So I traveled back to my clan, the Norse elves, and but I had to train and decide which direction I was going to follow, and I have chosen and mastered Battle Master. Didn't gain any spells. I did gain some hit points, but what I did gain were maneuvers like Commander's Strike. When I take an attack on someone, I can use a bonus action to direct one of my companions to strike as well
Nice.
at the same time. And they add my superiority die to their attack roll.
Beautiful.
I have another maneuvering attack when I hit a creature. I did the wrong one, but I also have one called Riposte. Riposte. It's if the character misses me with a melee attack, I can immediately attack them back with my superior.
Nice.
And to get those back or a short rest. But I also changed out my longsword for a great sword. That's pretty much all I have for that one. I mean, I had another choice, but it just didn't seem to work.
All right.
And there we go.
And
Well-
Carquin.
Well, I just went out into the wood lines, went exploring, found a nice cave where I could view the moon at night and reflected upon the world. And with greater understanding of magics, I came back a little bit better spellcaster.
Huh?
And a little hardier.
Was it from hitting the bong like you were last time? I wish I would have had that on recording. God.
He's not
That
hardy.
was
He's
awesome.
big boned.
That's right.
I'm not big boned. Gosh. Have you ever seen a fat elf?
Until he turns into a bear.
Yeah. I've seen a skinny elf turn into a fat bear.
All right. So
I'm not
And-
fat. It's all this fur. It makes me look poofy.
the camera adds 10 pounds.
yes, yes, it does. What's a camera you speak of?
I think it's one of those gnomish inventions from the big cities.
For the tinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It takes forever to capture a portrait.
Is that all you had as a druid?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
Uh,
it's the only thing I gained. I was already a Path to the Moon when you met me.
Right. All right. Okay.
I just I wanted to add, since I hit too much ale and still woozy, I have a maneuvering attack. When I hit a creature with an attack, I can expend a superiority die, and I can move one of you guys into a more advantageous position to make an attack.
Oh, like shoulder them, shoulder somebody into a
Yeah.
position. Oh.
I can maneuver them to behind them or something like that to make a better attack or a more advantageous position.
Gotcha.
Cool.
All right. Well, Francis disappeared there for a while. You guys didn't see him even in the inn. He tells you that he had been about town, listening, gathering information about all manners of life in the city. And while he was doing that, a letter came to the inn from his father, requiring him to go to the count. The count was having a late spring gala, and he went there as his father's representative. His father's a duke, and he was to deliver his father's request of alliance to the count.
So his father's a douche?
He's a duke, and unfortunately,
Now we know where he gets it.
Unfortunately, his father said make sure no dragonborn are involved. So, because they're a bunch of self-righteous pricks, and they molest sheep. Wait, no, I'm sorry, that wasn't in it. He went about town and he found out that there was a pimp that was rather abusive and brutal to the ladies of the night that he had in his charge, and he got drunked up and put in jail. However, he didn't look like Francis. He had a disguise on, and he went into jail so that he could get close to Rakin the Brute, as he was known. The whores had put up enough money to request his help, and Francis said he would do it for free based on the stories that he had gathered from around the area. That this guy was kind of a dick, and he had gotten drunked up and got caught by the footman actually beating one of the whores, ladies of the night. I'm sorry, ladies of the night, and was arrested. But every time he is arrested and sent to the goal, he usually sleeps off his drunk, makes bail, and none of the judges would convict him because he had dirt on the judges. As people of big cities have a tendency to have, opportunities in which to be caught doing things they shouldn't be doing. So
Say it ain't so.
Francis snuck into jail, and they, of course, stripped him of his weapon. He snuck into jail by pretending to be drunk and got put in the same cells with the same holding cell with the Rakin the Brute. And while he laid there sleeping and the rest of the drunks laid there sleeping, he just walked up and took a needle with the tip of poison and just stuck him with it, and he died in his sleep peacefully.
Wow.
If you consider peace being twisted agony, because it was quite a painful poison. But of course, when they came in and found him laying there dead, and all the other drunks were still asleep, they just assumed that he had died in his sleep from drunkenness. He just leveled up and chose the path of the assassin.
Oh,
Nice.
perfect.
And he was able to assassinate an enemy. He is able, if I can sneak around behind them and get the drop on them, always have advantage on a creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat, and any hit I score against the creature is a critical hit. So,
Ooh, backstab.
yeah, and I can backstab, so it's gonna be brutal. I also, what was the other? I gained proficiency in poison and disguise. Now, poison, unfortunately, is used by evil creatures and evil doers, so Francis won't be using it often, only in necessity, and for
Well, I can help you get spider venom.
yeah. Well, apparently you can't because you can't find any vials.
We're in town.
Well, now you are. No, I'm teasing. Uh, so he will only use it in necessity and against evil people such as the brute.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to take a break, and we got to transfer